Hello.
How are you, Maddie?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. Um, I'll throw you on the spot here real quick. I'll give you just to kind of give us a quick statement on the beginning of the season tomorrow, how the team is looking forward to it. Then we'll take some questions and we'll go from there.
Yeah. I'm excited. First game, and I think for most of us, I don't think we've ever gotten to play in front of a crowd yet. Because we had us freshmen who had the COVID season out in the yard, so have been hurt. So everyone else really, it's our first time playing in front of the Oregon crowd. So we're really excited. We're looking good, and we're ready. We're going to come ready to play tomorrow.
All right. First question is going to be from Julian Minenson, KEZI.
Yeah, Maddie, just wanted you to add on that. Kelly talks about all the time how Matthew Knight Arena is like a true home court advantage compared to a lot of schools across the country. How much do you think that's going to help a bunch of players that this is their first time playing in front of big crowds like that?
Yeah, I think that's going to be a huge thing. Like Kelly said, it's definitely a home court advantage. The fans are crazy, like they're so loud. We obviously get a lot more fans, and the support is crazy, and that swings momentum in games. So that'll definitely help, and I think it'll get our players going too. A lot of our players feed off of that energy. So I think it'll be great for us.
I will go next to James Carpia, the Oregonian.
Maddie obviously ran the point extensively at the end of last season. I know heading into this, practice-wise, you guys had 3 ball handlers, and now Tahina and India are out at the moment. So what do you think this is going to look like, at least for them? Well, in the short term, hopefully with Tahina out, and in the next 2 months with India out, how you'd be able to run the point in that capacity over that long period of time?
Yeah. For me, it doesn't really change. I'm still running the 1. And of course it, is tough having those 2 out to other primary ball handlers. And that just puts a little bit more pressure on me at the 1 to continue running that spot and stuff. But, like you said, we just take our time. We got weapons on the bench. So I think we'll be great. And we're going to come out ready to play.
Up next, we'll go to Antoine Staley, registered guard.
Hey, Maddie, just talk about just the newcomers and how they fit in, and how do you expect to fit in heading into the season?
Yeah. We had a lot of new people come in. It was a very, I think we had something like 6 new girls come in. So obviously that's going to be difficult, but I think we've done it really, really well. The girls, everyone meshes really well together, off the court too. And on the court, you see that everyone's getting along. And I think they're doing great with learning, how we run the offense, and how we like to play on defense, and getting used to the style of play and everything. So I think it's been great, and they're doing really well.
Go to Eric Scoble, 247 Sports.
Maddie, can you speak to your own, personal growth in filling into? I know last year you did fill in for Tahina in the postseason and played well at point, but just that confidence and kind of what this offseason was like for you getting to that place.
Yeah, like you said, last season I had to kind of step into that role pretty quick towards the end of the season, and this whole off season I had time to kind of gain confidence in that area, and just kind of believe in myself that you can run the 1, you can do this, and I believe that. And now with Indy and T out, it's kind of the same thing, that I'm going to have to kind of step up and even take more charge, and helping the newcomers get around and know, spots 1 through 5 as a point guard, you got to know, so you can direct people and stuff like that. So
we're going to go back to Julian.
Maddie, it seems like you're somebody who really takes a lot of pride defensively. Where did that start? Where did that stem from? Why is that something that it seems like you take so much pride in?
That's a good question. I remember in high school, there was my brother actually played basketball, and he was really well known for being, the freshman on varsity who was this great defender. And, I remember him saying one time, well, defense is just about effort. You just got to try, and after, I've never forgotten that he said that, and it's one of those things that you can control. And I feel like especially last year, that was one of the things I could really, really control when you're on the court. So I think that's why I take a lot of pride in defense. It's an effort thing.
Gonna go back to James.
Kind of following naturally with that, Maddie, you talk about what you can control. How challenging was, say, last year, especially for you, in that there were a lot of things that probably couldn't? And I realize everybody could say that, but you were knocked out because of protocols and whatnot. So I realize you weren't the only one on the team, or certainly you guys weren't the only program to deal with that. But yeah, it was trying. You were a freshman where you're trying to be around people you can't be. Micah was in and out of protocols too. So just what was that like for you and your experience of just how trying that was mentally, probably more than anything?
Yeah, it was really tough. Obviously coming in, none of us, or me, we hadn't had that college experience, we didn't know what it was like. And it was kind of coming in, you had this, umbrella of this pressure, like, don't be doing anything that you could, get COVID. And, it's so hard because it was such a big thing. And obviously, like you said, mentally, that was really tough, kind of having to stay isolated a lot and not being able to, just something normal as going to class. Like, I appreciate going to class a lot just because of last year. So yeah, I think that was a big thing.
Back to Antoine.
You had such a young team a year ago, and now you have all the experienced players coming back, along with also a mesh of new players too as well. Just talk about that, and just how do you think that experience from last year helps you moving forward this year?
I think the experience that we got last year was coming back is huge. I mean, I can speak from my own perspective. Just I know the ins and out of the offense and what we need to do on defense and offense, and when's a good time to do what. That helps a ton. So having the experience of all those girls coming back from last year, and then newcomers coming in from different schools, already been playing, having college experience helps a lot. So.
Jerry Thompson, Ducks Illustrated.
Yeah, Maddie, hi. Kind of the same old question, a little bit different personnel, but have you seen an attitude difference, anything a difference that way? And who has impressed you among the new players?
Honestly, all of them have been doing really great, like effort wise. I think I can kind of put myself in their shoes as, a freshman last year, trying to learn the offense and get used to just how, you play in college. It's hard. It's really hard. And, I've been especially, like trying to talk to someone like Taylor Bigby, a freshman who, is trying to learn how to run that one in college. It's really different. Everybody runs their point guard in high school. So it's a lot different. And I think they've been really trying to listen and change the little things and get better every day practice. So.
Oh, there you go. Got time for a couple more here with Maddie. I'll go back to James.
You mentioned Taylor, Maddie. I know she hadn't been practicing with the ankle most recently, but she got in the exhibition on Saturday for, I think, like 20 or so minutes. What did you see from her, given coach is saying that you guys are running some defensive sets? She hadn't even practiced yet, so I'm sure there were plenty of mistakes. But what has she brought in the short time you've been around her so far? And in terms of game management in the near term, does it impact you in any way, even mentally, about as a defensive player, especially? Hey, depth is a little bit of a problem right now. Can't pick up fouls. Does it change how you go about, the in-game tenacity that you can really try to play with?
I think with Taylor Bigby, she's done really well learning. Her and Philly are the only two freshmen that have come in. And, last year I was one of 5. So trying to, having each other to really, be like, oh, shoot, what's this one? And, stuff like that. I think she's been really good with like the effort of trying to learn and get everything right and being like, okay, what can I do better this time at point to do that? And like you said at the end, like on defense, especially too, I think it's in college, defense is very different with you've got to just play and read things. And I think that's one of the things I've been fortunate enough to, kind of think 2 steps ahead on the defensive side. And I think she's been really really good, and she's super athletic, like great player. So I know she, can do that. And I think she's been having a great attitude of trying to, do those little things.
All right, Maddie, I think that's all the questions we have for you. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.